Good morning and welcome to Earth Echoes with Amber Fields. This morning I am going to read a piece by Jason Gray, and I'm going to read it here at the Courthouse Plaza in the very center of Prescott, Arizona, downtown. It's a pretty magical place. There's a number of acres here around the courthouse with elm trees and other types of local trees that it's really a gathering space for people. And so today the piece that I wanted to read I thought was an appropriate piece for reading in the plaza because it's about relationships and people. And it's funny because I found myself being a little bit nervous doing a reading around people. This is the first one that I'll have done not just by myself. So there's other people around that might be listening or coming nearby. So that made me just a little bit nervous because I am an introvert. But anyways, this piece is titled Seasons of the Soul by Jason Gray. In the vast expanse of life, paths cross, converge, and diverge like rivers weaving through unknown lands. Some encounters seem predestined, others feel like chance, but each meeting, each soul we meet, carries a purpose that is often hidden until time uncovers its meaning. People enter our lives for a reason that are not always clear, for reasons that are not always clear at first, yet their presence shapes us in ways both profound and subtle. Some come for a reason. These are the ones who appear when life has left us at a crossroads, or when we find ourselves wandering, lost and unsure. They come to fill a space that we may not even know existed, to help shoulder burdens we were not meant to carry alone. These people are like lanterns in the dark, illuminating the path ahead just when we need it most. They provide solace, guidance, and support emotionally, spiritually, or even physically. In their presence, it feels as though the universe has answered a prayer you never even uttered. You may find comfort in their words, strength in their actions, or peace in their company. They help you through life's storms, offer you a hand when you stumble, or lend an ear when your heart feels too heavy to bear. For a time, they are your refuge, and their role in your life seems indispensable, as if they are the missing piece of your puzzle. But just as swiftly as they arrive, they often depart. It may be sudden or gradual, but the moment always comes when their purpose has been fulfilled. Perhaps they walk away, or they create a rift that forces you to part ways. Sometimes they are taken by death, leaving you to grapple with their absence. Regardless of how they leave, the loss is often felt keenly, but when the dust settles, you realize their mission in your life is complete. They have given you what you needed most, and now you must continue on your journey without them. There are others who enter your life for a season. These people bring a burst of energy, excitement, and light. Their presence is like the bloom of spring or the height of summer, brief, intense, and unforgettable. They are the ones who bring joy into your world, who make you laugh when you least expect it, and who challenge you to step outside your comfort zone. They offer experiences that open your eyes to new possibilities, and their time with you, though short, is rich and full of meaning. With these seasonal souls, there are the moments are fleeting but profound. They may teach you a new skill, open your heart to new feelings, or challenge you in ways that force growth. For that season, they are your companions, sharing in your joys, your sorrows, and your discoveries. You may feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude for their presence, for the way they make your world feel brighter and more vibrant. But just like the seasons change, so too does their role in your life. When their time is up, they move on, leaving behind memories, lessons, and a bittersweet sense of nostalgia for what once was. And then there are the rare ones, the people who are with you for a lifetime. These relationships are the bedrock upon which your emotional foundation is built. They are not always easy, and they may not always be perfect, but they endure through thick and thin. They are the ones who see you at your worst and love you anyway. They offer you wisdom, patience, and unconditional support, helping you to become the person you were meant to be. Lifetime relationships are not just marked by the passage of time, but by the depth of the bond. These individuals stand beside you, not because they have to, but because they choose to. They teach you the lessons that remain with you always. Lessons about love, loyalty, trust, and resilience. Through the ups and downs, the triumphs and the heartbreaks, they remain a constant, shaping the core of who you are. They teach you that love, though often fragile, can be strong enough to weather any storm. But even these lifelong connections carry their own lessons. It is through them that we learn the deepest truths about ourselves, about what it means to be human, and about the intricacies of connection. Lifetime relationships are not always perfect, but they are the ones that teach you that imperfection is part of the journey, that real love endures, not in spite of our flaws, but because of them. They teach us how to forgive, how to grow together, and how to let go when necessary, not of the person, but of the expectations we once held. As we travel through life, meeting souls along the way, we must learn to embrace each encounter for what it is. Some people will come and go, their presence brief but meaningful. Others will stay longer, their impact deeper, and still others will walk with us for a lifetime, shaping who we become in ways we may never fully understand. The key to navigating these connections is learning to let go when it is time and holding on when it matters. It is knowing that every person who comes into our lives has a role to play, a role that may be fleeting or enduring, but always significant. Every connection leaves an imprint on us, a reminder of the beauty of human relationships, of how we are all, in some way, interconnected. And so, whether you were a reason, a season, or a lifetime, I thank you. Thank you for the lessons, for the love, for the laughter, and for the growth. Thank you for the moments shared, no matter how long or brief. For every connection, no matter how transient, shapes who we are, and for that, I am eternally grateful. Jason Gray, Time Traveler. That's a really special piece of writing, and I think it gets at the core of what it means to have relationships as a human. And it reminds me of when I was struggling through having Lyme disease about 15 years ago, and going through bouts of depression and dealing with that. And one day I was just thinking about being sad and being happy, and I wondered to myself, what makes me happiest in life? And I thought about the different things that make me happy, and I realized that the things that make me most happy in life are relationships with other people. And that's interesting because I've always struggled with relationships with people. I grew up in the woods, off the grid, and with two older brothers who were quite a bit older than me, and so I spent a lot of time alone. I was a bit of an introvert and extremely shy as a child. And so relationships have never been easy for me or come easy. And so it was so interesting to realize that they're what make me most happy. And I think that really was a bit of a turning point for me, where I became more open to important relationships in my life and paying attention to how other people help me to grow and how I can help other people grow, and really enjoying those connections. So I just wanted to share that with you today, and thank you for being here with me and listening.